Kaylee
and Charlie
from Dance Matters Podcast here. Today I want to talk to you all about goal setting. Now, if you head over to our podcast and check out episode 2, we have all tips and tricks for setting smart goals and for how you can win your day. But given that this year hasn't exactly gone to plans, I thought it might be time to check in and see how we can salvage our goals and see if we need to redirect them a little bit. So there's no mistake that 2020 has been a bit of a rubbish year in many ways. And a lot of those goals that we set for ourselves at the start of the year just aren't simply possible because of what's gone on. But in this day and age where things seem totally out of control, you don't know what to expect from day to day, you don't know what things are coming your way, I thought it's important to grab hold of things that we can control and to make sure that we are setting our goals so that we can achieve them. So we're going to give you some tips on how you can look at your goals, restructure them, and make sure that you take back some control of your life and make sure that you're still winning your day. So before we have a look at how we can restructure our goals, let's recap on what SMART goals are. So it's really important to set SMART goals to set yourself up so that you can achieve them. SMART stands for S, specific. We want specific goals that we can work towards. So there's no point in just saying, I want to be a better dancer. That's not something that's easily measurable. You need to be specific about what you want to achieve. So if you want to be a better dancer, what is something that you could work on to achieve better? I want to be able to do 2 turns. That would be more specific. M stands for measurable. So again, like our specific goals, we want something that we can measure. No point in just saying, I want to be better at turns. Whilst that's specific for turns, it's not saying something that's measurable. So instead of saying, I want to be better at turns, we'd say, I want to be able to achieve 3 turns consistently. Achievable. So when we say achievable, we are talking about something that is, moving on to our A is for achievable. Now, when we talk about achievable goals, we want to talk about something that's totally within your control. So setting your goal to win first place at an Eisteddfod isn't really something that you have total control over. You never know what judge you might get on that day and what their personal preferences might be. So we want to do something that's within your control, something like the achieving 3 turns consistently. That's within your control. R stands for realistic. Okay, so no point in setting a goal to do 20 turns consistently if we're still back struggling with 1. So make sure it's something that is within your control and something that you can achieve. Be realistic about it. Once you achieve that goal, it's easy to then progress the goal and say, well, I've got 2 turns now I'm going to work on 3. Then I'm going to work on 4. Don't set the goal to be 20 because that's a very long away goal and you're going to lose motivation on your way to achieve something that's so far away. And T is for timed. So it's important to set a time frame that you want to achieve that in to keep the motivation going. We can set different length goals. So we could set goals we want to achieve this week, goals we want to achieve this day if you really want, when we talk about winning your day in our podcast. Or you might want to set goals that are for 6 months and a year. When you're looking at long-term goals, it's difficult to keep the motivation unless it's a goal that really drives all your other goals. So you can have an overall goal that you want to get into full-time dancing at Brent Street when you finish year 12, but you're going to have little steps along the way. So you need to have those little steps to keep you going towards that overall dream. And I tend to call those bigger ones the dream. So now you know what we're talking about when we say SMART goals. We're going to have a look at some of my goals and some of Charlie's goals for 2020 and see which ones need to be changed a little bit and how we can change them to make 2020 still a year where we achieved our goals and we did something that was valuable and worthwhile. So if we look at my goals, then we can see that I have run 5 kilometres a day every day for the year. Well, that's going all right for the moment, and I can actually keep doing that until my body physically gives out, and then I can't do it anymore. I've had a few injuries along the way, but I've so far, touch wood, been able to keep going with that. And you know what? During this COVID situation, exercise goals that are at home are probably the best goals that I could tell you to set because there's nothing stopping you from achieving those. I also have run 2,020 kilometres for the year to go with the 2020 of the year, and that's on track. I'm doing well so far, so keep plodding along with that. Run 5 kilometres in less than 24 minutes, well, I've actually achieved that. Run 10 kilometres in less than 50 minutes, I've achieved that too. All of those, like I said, goals during COVID being exercise ones that you can do outside on your own really good goals to set. Ones that rely on a gym, you might need to adapt those if you're in Melbourne at the moment. Things where you can be riding a bike or where you can be having to walk or run are really good goals. I also have changed my routine. That's been a little bit hard because I'm a night owl who likes to stay up late, but that's one that is going to keep taking time, and I'm getting there. I've been working on it, so I've definitely been getting up earlier, as you can see from my day in the life of, and I've actually changed it to 4:30 this week. It's just getting to bed early that's the little tricky bit. And the last one, I sometimes find that we're really, really busy, but COVID actually helped with this, and checking in with my children each day, making sure I sit with them, go through how they're going. If it's just reading a story to them, just making sure I have that connection with them each day. So actually my goals are going okay. It'll just be if I get injured. So we're going to have a look at Charlie's and see which ones she needs to adapt.
So these are my goals, and you can see at the top I've got Run Souther to Surf. So Souther to Surf is actually being cancelled this year, but we've made a deal as a family that when Daddy's not injured, we'll run the track and see how it goes. And then do my best for public speaking. We're still having a school one, just not a level after that. Achieve a front aerial. That got put off a bit because of COVID, obviously. I couldn't have private lessons, but I'm working hard on it and I'm nearly there. Fortunately, I got to perform my 4 new solos on stage before COVID hit. So I was really glad about that. And yeah, all the ones that I've ticked are ones that I've already done.
So there aren't too many that we're having to adjust, but this is just to show you that if you have goals set that are, for example, ones like perform 4 new solos on stage to a level I'm proud of, and you haven't managed to get on stage yet, you might want to adjust those to be perform them to a level I'm proud of in front of my teacher, or video them and send them to my teacher and see that she's happy with it and proud of that. So now that you've seen how we've set our goals and how we've adapted those goals for the situation of 2020, I think it's time you go and set some of your own.
So make sure you go and listen to episode 2 and set your own goals for the rest of 2020.
Let's take back some control of this crazy situation that we have on our hands. Charlie, I think one of your goals should be to develop that tooth there. You've got a nice gap. Good luck goal setting. Make sure you win your day.